Hey, it's Keith with Yarbrough & Sons, and here we're doing kind of a change of a pace. We're actually at a new construction home. The great thing about this is we're actually building the HVAC system from the ground up. Whereas a lot of the times we're actually changing out systems in existing homes, the customer has actually got a high efficiency system and a lot of other neat little things that are going to go along with this system to make a great HVAC system. So let's check it out. So like I said, we planned this out and we designed this for this customer. In the end, the air quality in this house will be top notch. So we got a few of our installers out here, great guys. They've been working for us for a while now, and they've done a really good job of putting things together. We're obviously in a construction mode right now, so there's quite a bit of a mess, but we'd like to showcase this, and by the end we'll show you how everything turns out. We've set up boots where we want them to go, and we're tying on flex, and we're going to bring all that back to a mechanical closet. Now, a lot of people will have different ways that they do things. They'll have their unit in a closet, or in this case, we have an actual big mechanical closet. Having them in a closet, in my opinion, is a great way to do things. It keeps them in a conditioned space, which is going to extend the life of that unit. So this is actually another unique build for us. We've done quite a few more of these. They seem to be more popular. This is what we would call kind of more of a barn dominion, which one thing with them, you usually don't have as much attic space. Of course, another thing is customer wants high ceilings because that's a great look for a house. So in the end, this place is going to look really great. So right here, what we have is Josh is working on changing this over to propane. Out here, they don't have natural gas, so they're going to use propane. And that brings to kind of the things that they're doing with this high efficiency. A lot of people like gas. I personally like gas. You know, we could have done all electric out here, but this customer likes gas for different reasons, which is it's a great product in and of itself. But propane costs a lot of money, especially if you're having to come out here. So one thing that they're doing here is not only are they doing a 99% furnace to where that's the highest efficiency you can get out of a furnace, they're also doing a 25 SEER heat pump. So whereas their furnace will kick into heat, just to save some of that propane, they're actually using a heat pump that will reverse the flow of refrigerant and allow for a more efficient way to do things. Another great thing is, like I said, on a high efficiency system, this one actually has a great filtration system. MERV 16 filters, carbon-based filters, they are great filters. Not only that, they have UV lights built into them to kill any other kind of bacteria that could be growing or mold, anything like that you wouldn't want in your air. So this person is actually going to have HEPA filters put in here too, which is going to improve even more the air quality. In fact, I don't think they're going to have a speck of dirt in this house. And more our customers are actually caring about their air quality. Another thing I'd like to announce on this is this house is actually being foamed. And one thing that people don't ever think about when they foam their house is foaming a house, you're sealing that house completely up. Well, there's some negative effects that actually come from not being able to bring in any kind of fresh air. Whereas a normal house will have a little bit of bleed through. You don't get that on a foamed house. So one thing that we're putting in is what we call an ERV. And instead of just bringing fresh air from the outside, an ERV will actually mix the air so that it actually conditions it before it goes into the system. So you're not losing any efficiency from bringing in just hot outside air or cold outside air. So another thing we're doing is we're kind of doing it different. We can't actually get to the dampers after they're in the attic, which we like to have dampers come right off there. We did the ductwork a lot different than we usually do. So one thing we did is we actually have dampers at the grills. This is going to make it quieter. Otherwise, you know, usually when you do that, you'll get a little bit of a whistling sound. This is kind of more experimental that we're doing with it, and that's what the customer wanted, is we're actually kind of shutting it down there and then hoping that it kind of gives a little bit more possibility of velocity than what you would normally get. In theory, what we're trying to do is see if we can get it to do more of like a water hose effect, like you put your thumb over the water hose and more water is going to come out there. Overall, this job is looking awesome. We're pretty proud of the work that we've been doing out here. The installers have been rock stars on it. This is definitely a job that we want to look back and remember it and be able to come back and be proud of it. In the end, all of our work, I want to be as good as this, and that's what we want for all of our customers.